As many of you know, I really like the investiture sort of procedure. I think it's really nice, not just when celebrities get, the investiture treatment, but are recognised for all the hard work, particularly people in communities who look after people without fanfare, and they have very hard lives themselves. And somebody's been gracious enough to recognise that. And then it goes all the way to the top of the British monarchy and they get some sort of award, whether it be a CBE, an OBE, a damehood or something like that. It is really nice. Whether people like that or not, those to me are the real heroes and heroines. Those are the ones that do well, because obviously it's been recognised by that. Of course, as many of you know, if you receive an award now from the monarchy, it can sort of backfire in the media through no fault of the monarchy, I might point out, but by disingenuous micro celebrities. And so it's really refreshing to have a story like this. As ever, let me explain. Hi, morning. Nice to see you, chums. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll have a double wave. Nice to see you. It is when you go to the investitures, it's just marvellous. It really is quite a tear-jerking moment. I was lucky enough to be part of one, all thanks to my late and good friend, the wonderful singer and entertainer, Joe Longthorne, who became an MBE. And Joe, was a tough act, a boy from Hull who had really reached the pinnacle of his career. Marvellous voice, and could do wonderful impersonations of people. If you've never heard him, check him out online. Absolutely terrific, and sadly no longer with us, all due to illness, but what a terrific guy. And just to be part of it at that point was very emotional, because Joe, couldn't believe it. He's suddenly becoming an MBE. And the lovely thing about Joe, he's beautifully attired that day. And I said, oh, you look terrific, Joe. And he said, do you like my gloves? He said, I got them from Cleveley's Market, only £2. I thought, you just can't take the northerner out of people, can you? But as you can see from the picture, beautifully attired. We filmed it all for him. It was just marvellous. And then we did the interview afterwards. This particular man, I'm so grateful to as well. The wonderful actor, very talented actor, Gary Oldman, who recently became Sir Gary. Oh yes. And when you think about it, he's had some terrific roles, rather sinister, dark parts, along with great other parts, But what's interesting as well about this is the fact that thankfully, he spoke out on behalf of receiving this wonderful award. And he basically said, after taking this from Prince William, that, they'd got on well and they'd had a joke about the roles that he'd done and stuff like that, And he came back out to the media and he said to us, I just think it's very rude if you're given this and then you're sort of negative about it in the media. You shouldn't. Of course, these are the people like the actor Michael Sheen and various others. Who was the other guy? Alan somebody, he was sending it back and all this. Oh please, you were quite happy to zip along and get that award for the publicity, as I've often said. And the thing is, I've always often believed that this all really started, the biggest thing in the media, way back with the Beatles, if you remember, in the 60s, when John Lennon suddenly decided he was going to send his award back. And you think, well, yes, you're supposed to be rebellious pop stars, but that gave other people, non-entities, many of them, the idea that, oh, if we do that, we'll get some publicity too. So people are confused. Do you still have the award or don't you? What you have to remember is it's an honour. And as I said at the start of the video, it's an absolute thrill and delight for the people that are not in the spotlight. They just genuinely have done this through compassion, love, hard work, and their own generosity. Celebrities are already well paid. They've already been adored. Gary Oldman knew this, and Gary Oldman very nicely, and I think in much defence of the monarchy, stepped out and basically said, it's rude and it's an honour to have this. Thank you, Gary, because many people wouldn't want to do that to offend their own profession. And it's lovely to find somebody that will stick up for them. As ever, Neil Sean, Kensington, London.